Hey guys, welcome back to the Rise of Safemoon, where we talk about the things that you guys are thinking. We are not financial advisors. We don't give financial advice because we're moon monkeys. Why is that, Chase?
Because we have a mind of our own.
We do? We always do. So, you guys know of the images that have just come out in the past, 3 weeks, Chase, of the moon, orbit, and shield? If you guys have not seen those, and I'm sure you have, this was the last one here of the shield, and there's orbit, and here's moon. So it came out in the order of moon, orbit, and shield. So we know shield probably has something to do with security. That's really not hard to figure out. And they've also said it has something to do with security. Now, Chase, do you think the security is just on the crypto side of it, or do you think that has to do with beyond the crypto part of it?
Well, Chris, I don't know how much I could talk about because of the NDAs, that apparently take precedence over everything. But let's talk about the security. Some people are just looking at the small picture of what the security is. They're looking at it's just a crypto security, right? It's just Safemoon security, which it very well could be. That will bring in other cryptos. So obviously, that's going to be good for us and our crypto coins because if we have the best security out there, if it's that great, other coins are going to join us and are on our exchange.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But here's a theory that I kind of want people to think about a little bit. If this is...
Wait a minute, Chase. NDA.
Oh, yep. NDAs can't talk about things, can't give updates on everything.
But you know what? Proceed.
I will proceed.
Okay.
Because in this channel, we're not obligated to NDAs, so we can say what we want.
That's what's on our minds. We're moon monkeys.
Yeah, and this is all theories.
All right, well, go ahead. Expand on what you mean.
Well, let's get some of the knowledge from the beard, Chris.
Yep, stroke it.
Yeah.
Feed the brain, my brother.
So, here's the theory that I want people to think about. Let's use an example, and this is just an example. We have no idea if this is true or not, or if they're even working with them, but let's use Apple for an example. Apple comes out with a new phone, right?
Right, which should be soon. It always comes out in the fall.
Yep. So imagine now a company comes out with a security, which they've linked one of the workers there with a company that developed military security, and he moved on to Safemoon, and he's supposedly this genius in cybersecurity, and now they're patenting a new security system. Well, if Apple were to come out with a new phone, how much do you think they would spend for cybersecurity for their phone system? If it's
you mean purchasing the license from someone who has the best security in the world?
Yes. So, how much do you think they would pay for that?
It'd be in the billions, my brother. It'd be in the billions.
Billions. Now, that's one company. Let's just say there's multiple companies. Let's say there's countries involved. I know people are saying, probably thinking in their head, that's a lot. That's really not out. It's kind of out there. And, that's what we talk about on this channel. Like, what if this is their plan? I mean, people are looking at this as this is security for the Safemoon exchange and the blockchain, which, hey, is the base layer, and it's going to be a good thing for us. I mean, obviously, security we talked about is a huge thing.
Especially if what you're talking about going from the crypto side of it over to products that are going to be used by different companies and entities. That's just, that's step one. I can't imagine anything beyond that. Just the security alone is going to be great.
Yeah, and people have to understand. I know some people are really upset with these images coming out because they're kind of tired of the riddles in the games, and Safemoon has said, well, this is marketing. And one of our criticisms always have been, there's NDAs, but there are things that you can talk about. You can talk about, if it is patents or if it's, the government that's slowing you down a little bit, then talk about that. You don't have to give away the products by saying that. But I want people to also think about, they could have probably released an exchange a while ago. I mean, that really I mean, it takes a little bit, but they probably could have had that done a while, or at least being beta tested. Why
Yeah.
do you think they delayed it as much as they did, Chris? What are your thoughts on that?
I really honestly think it has something to do with security. I really do. I
Okay.
really do.
All right. Well, there's been some other videos out after we talked about our patents, showing there was 11 patents being currently either in development or done, right?
Correct.
So that's almost telling me that the security was the last piece. And I think that they were waiting for that to get done and patented before they started releasing these other products. And they could have put the exchange out, but they did it in this way for a certain reason. Maybe it's because they were so focused on, we want to get these products ready and done, then release the exchange so that it all works together in one thing. And maybe people are looking at these images as all one word and one name, but maybe each one means something different, not just security. The moon, orbit, could it just be a name for the security? Sure, which will be huge. But I want people to think about what else could it mean. Other people have theories of, it's a mesh network, Internet of Things, blockchain.
So you're saying the name is not Schmorbit?
Schmorbit? I don't know if it's gonna be Schmorbit. I mean, there's some wild names.
There's some good ones. There's some good ones out there, and mine was Dark Moon Schmorbit, but I digress. So, anyways, yeah, I mean, they all have a meaning, and yeah, and as I said in the other video where I missed you on the last video, brother, but I think there's a meaning to all of them, and they are going to tie together. And I think security is the base. Security is home base.
It is, and
No doubt.
I mean, like we talked about, if there are big investors coming into this, if there is other companies coming into it,
How huge is that? I mean,
yeah,
I find it hard to believe that there's not other companies or entities that are trying to get to be a part of this, honestly.
Well, and look at how many other cryptocurrencies have said, get ready for this, and this is going to be huge, and they're all jumping into Safemoon. And if this was a big,
slow rug pull,
which I don't think they'd be. First off, they're putting their reputations on the line by joining Safemoon, if that's the case, and it doesn't make much sense. You know what I mean?
No.
And I think people are just to a point of, we want things out now, and we're the same way, Chris.
And you can almost tell that everybody's waiting. And the reason I say that is because when you look at Safemoon's price in this market right now, it does stay in a little range. It doesn't dramatically go down, doesn't dramatically go up. It's staying in a range, which tells me everybody's on pause right now. And when something like this, if what our theory is correct, is what it is, it'll get out of that range. And I think more in a positive way. So you can tell everybody's waiting, but at the same time, everybody's impatient.
They are. I mean, you can see the comments, and even, we posted some things here and there too. And then on this channel, we're going to keep it, real with everyone.
Yes.
We're not going to sugarcoat things. If there's things that we think is not right with Safemoon, we're going to say it. And, like their criticism's always been is that they know the bigger picture, we don't.
Chase, what is the bigger picture is where it's at, and no one's thinking of that. Now, I'm not saying no one, but there are some out there that aren't thinking of the bigger picture. Even 6 months to a year from now, they're thinking about next month. So you really got to expand your mind on that and just think outside the box a little bit, because I think that's what Safemoon is doing, is thinking outside the box, and we need to follow suit. Hey, Chase, what is your thought on the blockchain and the exchange? I think you and I talked a little earlier, and you had a thought on that.
Well,
tying into security as well.
Yes, I think that it's going to be a rapid succession of things. So
okay.
what I mean by that is, I think that the blockchain should be coming out before the exchange. The exchange right now we've seen is out now being beta tested by people. So we know it's being tested, which is going to take a little bit of time. And John Crony has said, there's some work that needs to be done on it.
Yep.
But the blockchain would make sense to come out before the exchange because that is going to monitor transactions. It's going to help with all of that and the swapping and different things and keeping track of everything. So to me, the blockchain should come out before the exchange. Now, could they do it the other way? Yes. But the blockchain, I want people to understand this. What they talked about on their table 32, blockchain can be used for so many different things, more than just crypto. I mean, I'm sure there are companies using blockchain, but if Safemoon's developing a blockchain that's going to be massive, they probably thought about other things that this could be used for, which is going to benefit not only us, but the world, hopefully, is what their plan is.
Hey, Chase, NDA.
Yeah. Oh. I know. Those NDAs, they just keep on coming, don't they? Every time.
Oh, I 100% agree. If it were me, I think I'd come out with the blockchain first, to be honest, and put the exchange out very shortly after that. And talking about the right things in the right order at the right time, based on that alone, tells me this: security, blockchain, exchange. And I'm thinking, like I said before, by the end of the year, I think that's going to happen, to be honest. And of course, that's my speculation. Everybody else, they have their own theories and their own thoughts on that, and that's okay. But for me personally, that's what I think is going to happen.
Well, and I think once everything's out, the bigger picture will be shown, and they're going to explain why they did the things that they did, the way they did it, and everything's going to be like, oh, okay.
In the Netflix documentary, I don't know if it's going to be on Netflix, but wouldn't that'd be badass, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, they're making a documentary. That'd be cool, maybe on Netflix. But
and it may someday, but I guess we'll see. But I think that's where it's going to happen. To be honest, is it's going to say, you see, this is what we were telling you. This is why we did it this way, and now you guys understand this. And look at us now. And at that moment, look at us now.
You have to trust in the process. That's one thing I want to tell people is
that's hard. That's hard.
It is, especially when we have a company, NDAs, that can't talk about anything. Not even I know. The NDAs, they always get us, but I'm hoping that Crony understands why people get upset about the NDAs, because you can keep things secretive, but you still can talk about some things with it, right? Like if really, let's just say really they're waiting for the security part to be done before they can start releasing things.
Yep.
Why can't you just said that? You don't have to say what the security is or what it's going to be used for or whatever. But you could say, you know what, guys, we need to get our security done. And they did with the card. But if they've been working on it for a while and they're waiting for patents, why didn't they just say that?
Yeah. Well, things happen for a reason. And I know where you're coming from, and I hear you, and we hear everybody else out there too. And when you hear somebody say things happen for a reason, sometimes you hate to hear that. But truly at the end of the day, things end up working out somehow. Somehow they work out, and those things maybe did happen for a reason. You learn from some. Maybe you learn something, and you grow from that. And I think a big thing for myself is patience. We've talked about that before, not having a lot of patience with things, but I'm learning more patience, and Safemoon has taught me that. I don't know about you, and I won't speak for you, but things are going to happen for a reason. And when they brought out the picture of the right order at the right time, heck, it makes sense. It makes sense. And I trust in the process. And as much as I'd like to see a $2 or $3 mark by the end of the year, I think everybody would, it may or may not happen. And you have to be okay with that. You just have to be okay with it in your mind and say, oh, if it gets to 50 cents, I'm okay with that too. But if, you know, remember what Binance did within 6 months of coming out. Why could Safemoon not do the same thing? Am I completely off thinking like that?
No, because it's a great company. Binance has a really great company, but I think Safemoon with their products coming out, I think they might have.
There's your difference right there. There's your difference.
Yep.
Yep. There's the major difference with products and what they're trying to do, and the things that we don't even know about. And I want to know about the things I don't know about, because we'll have a lot to talk about with those things. Because I think it's going to be life-changing for millions and millions of people. And I don't mean just the crypto, oh, well, now I have a nice bag, it's worth $5 million. No, I don't mean that. I mean, it's going to change the lives of a lot of people in this world, just in general.
Well, I really do believe that's their goal. And I think as holders, because we give them the money to create these things, we're going to see the benefits of that down the road. I do think Crony will give us something for our sacrifice of giving them money to build these products. So we'll see what happens.
Exactly. Well, you know, time will always tell. And here we just hurry up and wait. That's all I can do. Well, Chase, you got anything else before we let them go, brother?
Nope. I just want to say, just keep being patient, and, that's all we can do, and just keep on holding, and hopefully we get to the point where we're all good.
This right here, guys, this is what we are here for. We are supporters, and we will always be there. And that's all I got. So this moon monkey's out.
This moon monkey's out as well.
All right, and we'll see you guys on the moon.